there's going to be news coming out at some point regarding a secret affair connected to Keir Starmer. And as I channeled this information, I kept hearing he likes French. It's all alleged, not facts. He likes French. And if you go back to the earlier days before Macron, because I don't get Macron necessarily connected to this, even though he's a dark seed himself. I get someone before Mr. Mac. You guys can put it together. Also, what could come out in regards to that old White House that has not been torn down yet. Some people were arguing with me and said, oh, Jimmy Savile's house has already been torn down. No, it has not been torn down. It's been vandalized big time, but it's still up. Whatever comes out of that house that's buried deep, deep, deep. I mean, you can't just walk into this home and get the information. It's hidden very well. So please do not encounter this house. Don't do that. The investigators will find it. Only they can dig professionally to get to this metal box or a book, a leather book. Kind of reminds me of Epstein, but this is something different, completely separate. Connected, but separate. Does it make sense? But the names and the information that comes out are going to be damaging, not just for the UK or leaders of the UK or political figures or doctors, lawyers, but in Europe as a whole. Maybe even some connections to the United States. Could be. Tony Bear, you know, Tony Bear. And you guys have talked about Starmer and the 4 Ukrainian boys or the 3 Ukrainian boys that vandalized his house. Interesting, I don't think this is connected to them, but I was hearing Starmer boys came in. And then no one other than Mandelson himself. And there's going to be a connection from France that could be on a list or something like that. Tony Bear, Starmer boys, Mandelson, a connection from France, and maybe 1 or 2 other people. One may have tried to hurt himself. Anyways, I don't want to go too much into that right now. I do want to talk about Jagland. You know, Jagland. Thorbjorn. I'm going to spell it. Thorbjorn is his first name. Last name is Jagland. I have his date of birth down as November 5th, 1950. He's from Norway. I put out this prediction in October, early November of 2025. I said a man from the north would fall. And at first I thought maybe I was getting Mandelson. No, it's not Mandelson. It's definitely Jagland. That's the man I saw. He is a Scorpio sun. And his moon is most likely late degree of Gemini, probably around 27 to 29 degrees Gemini. However, he could fall under a Cancer moon, but I believe he's a Gemini moon. He's also connected to Neptune in Libra, Mercury in Libra, which brings out that secret elite. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because in that reading I did back in November, I said this man from the north would have a lot of air in his chart, a lot of Gemini and Libra. And that seems to be kind of what I'm seeing here. He's got the moon in Gemini. There's going to be more information uncovered about this guy as well. But we need to be careful because we don't have all the facts on him yet, and he has tried to harm himself, and I don't wish that on anyone. I don't. But I want to be careful how I speak on him. He fell because he was an associate. I don't believe he participated in anything nefarious, but I think he's just an associate. Sarah Ferguson will be arrested and questioned for introducing people to Epstein. Also, she will be questioned about what she did or did not know regarding, at the time, her partner, Andrew, and the information he was leaking out to the Secret Services. Basically what he was telling Epstein about the UK secrets, dark secrets, or secrets, secret services, however. Now, I told you guys over a year and a half ago in my video, not last year, a year and a half ago, I spoke on Andrew. He would be the fall guy. He would be disowned. And eventually he is going to perish. This is not something I came out and said recently or a year ago, over a year ago. Not the video, over a year ago. He's going to end up disappearing. It's going to look one way when in fact it's another, and you already know because we've already talked about it. Now I know that they've arrested Mandelson for questioning, they've arrested Andrew for questioning, and they've let both of them go. They will arrest Sarah Ferguson. I see that strongly. That's going to happen soon. And man, she's going to be in trouble. Not necessarily because of what she knows about Andrew, but her own participation, her own things. See, she's not necessarily connected through paperwork trail or through leaking out information about the UK government like some of these other ones. She is more hands-on, as in maybe she gave one or two clients, or excuse me, she gave one or two innocent victims, or she's aware of one or two innocent victims that fell under Epstein. I'll be back for part 2. I'm going to add it into this video. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure where I left off, but I need to share something with you. Sarah. Oh, Sarah. You act like you were so naive and how you loved Andrew so much that you would go as far as sleeping with whoever he asked you to sleep with. Some of it was, if not all, was free will. And boy, did you like it. We have the Ace of Wands. This is my male card. Without me having to say it, my male card. Get it? This is Sarah. She was a little freaky back in the day. A freak. And she had an affair. But she also brought innocent people to do these things. I don't want to say no more than that. That's going to come to light. It will. Right, Sarah? You were sleeping with Epstein and Andrew. Andrew, did he enjoy? You know what? Get the hell out of here. Just get the hell out of here. I don't want to see this. I don't want to talk about it. I want to see this. You get my point, guys, right? And yes, this video is going to be all over the place because I'm all over the place. I don't have a category. These are things that have been coming right off the top of my third eye channeling. So it's not going to be in any order, even though I prefer to put things in order because I'm OCD like that. But this video, please forgive me. Mandelson. So we know he was arrested and questioned in regards to taking $75,000, and it had something to do with a email, but the $75,000 would have been given to him from no one other than Epstein. Probably switching information for money. So when I looked at that, I didn't have to pull cards, but I did. I just pulled them. We have the Six of Wands. This is my yes card, but it also looks to me that during that time of questioning, we're looking at years back. Yes, Epstein absolutely gave Mandelson money. Mandelson did receive a payment, and probably multiple payments. And even though we're just learning of the 75,000, you know, that there's going to be another 1 or 2 payments that are going to be revealed, not just the 75,000. I was being shown a higher amount, and a lower amount will come out very soon. The canaries are singing. Yeah, so we know that Andrew and Mandelson both did get arrested and was questioned. Something to do with misconduct. Don't have all the details, but I work better when I don't know as much. So if I'm wrong on something, you can correct me in the comment section nicely. Meanwhile, I'm seeing Starmer as he's watching all of this unfold, shaking in his red boots with his red umbrella. Don't know why they keep associating Starmer with a red umbrella. Something he would have had for a long time. It's symbolic. It means something. And also I'm getting something with a Catholic church. Now, I don't know what denomination Starmer is, but I'm getting something with a Catholic church. Again, these things are just coming in sporadically. Boom, boom, boom. ADHD, slow it down. Okay. Starmer needs a bloke stoke. A bloke stoke. It's a UK term, apparently, about now, because he's sitting around looking behind his shoulder, his back, and he's shaking in his red boots. And I feel like I just repeated that. Keep showing him holding a red damn umbrella. This is like really weird. Now, in regards to Andrew and Mandelson, what I do know is that their charges are pretty much equal. And I'm not talking about victims. I'm talking about the British intelligence government, things that were given out to Epstein regarding the government of the UK, British. But I'm going to share something with you guys that's quite interesting. You know, I don't have no like for Andrew whatsoever, because he did engage with the victims that we do know. Misconduct of public. I'm being shown that there is more evidence against Mandelson. I guess I'm surprised. I don't know why I am. Well, maybe I should be. Maybe I should not be. But there's more evidence against Mandelson. I get that Prince Andrew, or former Prince Andrew, was a ornament. So he had some power, some type of position. But he actually did not sell out the British government the way you think, in exchange for money and things like that, compared to Mandelson. I think my prediction is coming true. I said that Andrew could be possibly a scapegoat. You're wondering how? Why? Because he's part of royalty. Well, because 1, Queen Elizabeth is not here to protect him anymore. 2, King Charles doesn't give a shit. 3, this is Prince William's wish, just to get rid of Andrew, because Andrew is a peasant to him. He's going to be a fall guy. And when he falls, he's not going to get back up. Do you understand? We talked about this a 1.5 years ago. Now it's coming to light. To all the pieces are kind of coming together. Yeah, they keep telling me over and over it was Andrew is guilty for many things, as far as his involvement with Epstein and victims, and he may have given out some breach of information. But I'm being told that his guilty knowledge is of Epstein and the victims. And for me not to get into that, and I'm not, because I think I understand where he's going with that, and also it's connected to Sarah, and we have Zero Ranch. So that's where Andrew's guilt lies. As far as with the government, he never did get... I'm not seeing Andrew taking money for bribes, is what I'm trying to say. And I do want to mention that it was Peter Mandelson, if I'm getting this correctly. This is just knowledge that I already know. It's not through a psychic or channeling. But I believe Peter Mandelson is the one that talked Andrew into being a UK representative of some kind. Maybe that's why I mentioned ornament, a position, because now, yeah, okay, it could be that. So it was Peter all along that wanted Andrew there, because he probably knew, well, in the future, if something comes out, there's your fall guy. Anyways, let's see. Whew, getting dizzy here. I am being told that Mandelson went through top-notch channels in regards to the British government. And I'm getting something with Wales. I don't know. I have no idea. But there's something significant that came out of Wales. But he was getting this information from top-notch other officials that may be called out down the line. And it was government information, and he was giving it to Epstein. I'm not seeing Andrew doing that. That's weird. I don't know. Breach of trust. Breach of trust. Breach of trust. And I see Mandelson, and I see capital letters, his last name. Peter Mandelson and his counterpart / husband. Man, they took a lot of money from Epstein in exchange. Oh my God, a lot of money. I'm even getting an offshore account that could be in the husband or ex. I don't know who this, if they're still. I'll just say counterpart, allegedly. This is not factual. It's for entertainment purposes only. The husband, the man. So this guy, I know I had said something about Mandelson liking tan. Okay, hold on. You have to stop and ask yourself, why was Andrew's property searched first? Why was Andrew arrested first? And then Mandelson. And then why was it that Mandelson was treated just a little better than Andrew? Because Andrew, as I've said, is set up to be the fall guy. And it's also to direct the main focus off of Mandelson onto all Andrew. When in fact, even though Andrew has his part, Mandelson is the key when it comes to giving out British information, allegedly, according to Spirit. So whoever, okay. The idea of this came from Starmer, Keir Starmer. Yeah. They say Keir Starmer designed this. I mean, it was already set up in the playbook anyways, but Starmer went in and is initiating it, and it's going to fall right back onto Starmer. And there's going to be more chaos. And the Parliament is going to become a ticking time bomb, if it's not already, but it's eventually going to explode. So the tension in the Parliament is increasing and increasing, and it's going to come to a boiling point. And it's going to be the people that explode. The next thing I want to cover briefly is the fact that, well, this is not a fact. This is, again, a channeled intuitive reading. What I'm being shown and what I'm hearing, because I get a lot of things through clairaudience, is that Mandelson and Starm, they do have a lot of secrets. And it's to my belief that Mandelson's affection for Starm landed Starm his career, jobs, and then eventually Prime Minister. They're like, just ask McSweeney. He helped Mandelson make it happen for Starm. Allegedly. I am aware that there's a meeting coming up this week. I don't know the full details, but someone asked me to look into it. I think it had something to do with Manchester and voting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm getting is that the Labour Party is going to lose. Oh, they're going to lose big time. And this is what I kept hearing. And I don't know if I'm writing it down, transcribing it correctly. No, I had to look up the Greens. They do exist. So I'm hearing the Reform and the Greens may not win either. Okay? I don't understand what's going on with the voting over there, but that's what I'm hearing. Reform/Greens may not win, but definitely the Labour Party is not going to win. They're going to lose in this area of Manchester big time. And I'm getting that Starmer is going to face a huge, huge issue by the end of this week. So be listening out if you're ever in the UK for Friday, maybe even go into next week, like next Monday. This could be something in the Parliament. I don't know, but there's going to be, maybe this is when the pressure cooker explodes. He's going to have a huge issue because everything that he's doing is going to backfire as far as Mandelson. His reputation after this week will be known as the streets of UK Joker. That's what I'm getting. So his reputation right now, if he thinks things are bad, they're going to be even worse after Thursday or Friday, at the end of the week. Okay. Next week, you may see posters of a jokester or a clown that represents Starmer. And also I'm getting that there's going to be more information coming out regarding the relationship that Mandelson and Starm had. There's more information coming out about that. Another thing that I'm getting is, so what's coming out with Starmer and Mandelson's connection? Oh, okay, I'm getting it now, Spirit. I'm sorry, I have ADHD so bad. This is why I write stuff down. There's going to be something coming out to why, I think I'm getting it, Starmer. Holy shit. Well, there's something that's going to come out about Starm and Mandelson being appointed ambassador to the United States. Take a deep breath, Dark Rose. Okay, take a deep breath. Ooh, this is going to be big. Also, I put out a prediction about May elections several months back, and I believe it's coming to light. So Starmer was trying to stop the elections, right? Well, it looks like they have already deemed that he can't, or there's a slow up in him getting his way, because it is illegal for them to do that. So he may not get his way. And that's what I was getting in the reading. He would not get his way. I feel like they are all trying to buy Keir Starmer more time and power. And that's not just, the UK. This is also other European leaders that I have mentioned prior, like Ursula, Macron, somebody connected to Brussels, somebody connected in the north, connected to Norway. These people really need him in power to bring in their one world government, but I don't know. Because all this is coming out and the timelines are changing, and that's why I don't like making all these predictions, and I'm cautious and I'm doing it slowly, and I'm seeing things transform as we go along here. But it doesn't matter what they do. They can buy him more time, a few more months, maybe up until 2027, maybe. But I'm being told through Spirit to be listening out after June, July of 2026. I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing. Be listening out after the summertime 2026 regarding Starmer. Another thing I want to mention with caution, in my third eye, I see that there's going to be charges. There are going to be charges coming, especially for Lord Peter Mandelson. I know Andrew has his hand in things, but again, not necessarily to what Lord Mandelson is doing. Not about giving out information to Epstein, spying for Epstein for bribes. No, I don't think so. I'm getting Lord Mandelson, though, possibly charges with him. Possibly charges coming for him. I see charges coming, absolutely. Okay. And another thing I'm getting is that Keir, because Mandelson has a dark, deep secret on Keir, and he doesn't want Mandelson to release this dark, deep secret. So therefore, this is one reason why, guys, you're not seeing Keir Starmer push for anything to happen to Mandelson. An arrest, really, he didn't want that to happen. He doesn't want anything to happen to Mandelson because Mandelson has so much shite on Keir Starmer that, ooh. But I'm getting that the Labour Party right now is just in a disarray, right? It's in a disarray, and I could be so wrong here, but I feel like one of the main reasons that the Labour Party, or let me say the UK itself, really can't push him out is because, and he's holding power, is because they aren't finding a replacement to line up for him. And some of these European leaders, as I've mentioned, are purposely making that happen. Bribes. Okay, let me not get into that. That's a whole different, separate topic. It's so much I could say here. But to end the video, because I've made it long enough, I do see a trial in the United Kingdom coming. I do see a trial coming. This is my prediction. Another one of my predictions, but this is the main one to close out the video. I see Mandelson going to trial. I see him going to court. If he survives his court date. I need you to listen to that again. We've already talked about Andrew, but let's talk about Mandelson. If Mandelson survives his court date, because I'm being shown something here. This could be symbolic, could be energies. I'm seeing a rope. All right. And I'm not sure if that rope is connected to, it's like I could see Andrew on one end and Mandelson on the other. If Mandelson survives and has to testify, he's going to take everybody down with him. Everybody. Now, I don't know how or when this court date will take place, but I do see a trial coming for Lord Peter Mandelson. And maybe then he may speak on Keir Starmer. I don't know, but he's going to pull down everybody, even Tony Blair. Oh, yeah. It's all about to come down for a ride. All right, guys. Thank you to my day ones, to my new subscribers, to my new members only. Please like the video, share the video, leave a comment, hype the video if you have that option. And thank you all for your love and support, and I will see you all soon.